Look at this. New skin fittings, Seacocks arrived. So, that bit is the skin fitting. Ignore the tape. That goes through the hull, right? So the hull's here. What's there? In fact, the hull's there. That screw head clamps down through the hull, right? That's the hull. Then that goes on to this, which is the ball valve. See? Open and shut the ball valve. And in this case, that goes on to an elbow, because this is the engine water inlet. So rather than being made out of brass or some other non-perishable metal, these are made out of basically plastic. And as the man who invented the world's first plastic trombone, which is something I did a long time ago, I know all about shocking an industry with a change of material. I think trombones have been around for a few hundred years, always made out of brass. And then some little 20-year-old prat came along and made it out of plastic and changed things. And this looks like it's doing the same thing. It's really good, I'm really excited about that. It's funny, isn't it? My first instinct is to be nervous, but I've got to trust tech. There's loads of benefits to this. Cheaper to produce, these are much cheaper cost, but also they're not going to perish. You saw all that stuff on the boat, all getting destroyed by the erosion. These are going to last forever. They're like guaranteed, I think, to last for quite a long part of forever. Whereas the skin fittings up there, that's why we changed them all now, because they've been in for, you know, maybe 10 years and they're shot. Everyone's favourite Hayling Yacht Company Seacock expert Bob is back. Currently wrestling with the same Seacock he was wrestling with 3 months ago in the water. And we have 3 holes in the boat. 1, 2, 3. They're all cleaned up, and hopefully fitting the new fittings is going to be the easier part. The only problem is whether they're exactly the same size. Anyway, we'll see. Marine Flex action shot. Black on black. Black on black. Yummy. So, it looks like the anodes have taken a fairly big hit. This one was in good condition. We went in the water 3 months ago and it's pretty corrupted. And this one even more so, like a bit of damage of that was supposed to match this. Well, it did. And these nuts, you couldn't see them. Calvin's just done a quick anode swap for me on our bow thruster. This is the old one. So the purpose of these anodes, they literally are called sacrificial anodes, and they sacrifice themselves and get eroded so that the metalwork on the boat, the precious bow thruster in this case, doesn't get eroded. So I can say the old one's done its job.
Very good job.
Very good job.
It's sacrificial.
Sacrificed itself for our boat. Calvin's also done a cracking job cleaning up our log. I saw online, Calvin, someone said they put Vaseline on theirs before they went back in the water.
Good idea.
Good morning. Saturday morning, it is painting day. I've got Calvin without his shirt on again. The boat's all clean, taped up, and hoping to get a couple of coats of nice blue, thick anti-foul on. And as well as that, I don't know if you spotted, but when we came out of the water, the propeller and all the stern gear, the shaft, the P-bracket, the bow thruster, this shoe on the rudder here, everything was absolutely covered, like worse than the paint. So the blue paint, the anti-foul resisted all the growth quite well, but all this metalwork was just covered in, yeah, like muscles and all sorts of stuff. So this is the sort of thing I would love to spend time researching and getting worried about and not sure what decision to make, but we haven't got time. There's a product here, they sold it me in January, they recommended it, Seajet, and they said to go with it, so I'm just going to go with it, and fingers crossed it's going to work. Martin is our very friendly boat neighbour, and he helped before, he helped us put this rudder back on, didn't you?
Yes.
A long time ago, and he's
don't know why I ever volunteered for that.
yeah, and he said, I've got nothing to do today, do you want me to come around with my, look, he's brought his own. Look at that, he's got his own roller.
That roller will travel.
Will travel, so we're going to get the boat back to pretty. Time for a bit of time lapse. First coat on, done. It is boiling hot and my shoulder is aching and complaining. So we're going to go catch up with Kelly and the kids, Calvin and I, and go and jump in the sea. It is uncomfortably warm. We just had a lovely few hours at the beach and we're doing second coat again. Second coat, as you all know, is nowhere near as much fun because you can't see your progress. You don't know what you're doing. Calvin reckons he can watch his edge.
Well, I'm in a jumper
Your
and
jumper.
a hat. in
It's 30 degrees.
30 odd degrees.
Kevin said that. He's exaggerating, ladies and gentlemen. It has dropped to 27 now. It's Saturday afternoon and we are nearly done. The whole boat is covered in 2 beautiful layers of anti-foul. The only thing left to do, which I'm going to do tomorrow now, is a very simple single pack product which I'll put on all the metal work and things like that down there, and the bow thruster. And then, in theory, all done with the whole day spare to go, ready to go back in the water on Monday. However, there is a complication which I've just come to. I was just going to pop this anode back on here, and then I thought I'd just clean up the threads. I run the bolt up and down, and actually, unfortunately, these are spinning in their housing, and I think these are through fixings, and they're under the waterline, and I can't ignore them. I really want to ignore them, but I'm like, if it does have like a tiny drip leak, I would be so annoyed that I'd ignore them. So, I've got some faffing to do before we're finished with the faffing, because it's a boat, and as soon as you start fiddling with something, you find out it needs fixing. So for a long time, we've had lots of bits of foam stuck on the ceiling. About 6 months ago in the winter, Eric got to use the multi-tool and cut his down. And Tilly has been desperate to do so ever since. So we've cleared the room, haven't we, Tills?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready to go. And we've also discovered that safety wear looks rather a lot like beach wear. A hat to stop you getting on your head, the goggles to stop it going in your eyes. Okay, so Daddy's going to teach you how to use this very carefully, isn't he? Okay, right, let's go for it. Right, first thing ready first is get used to the tool. So, try putting that switch on while I'm holding it. Feel how noisy it is? How loud it is? Okay, get your other hand for me. And help support the weight. And then press that switch again.
It tickled my hand.
Tickle your hand. You hear it vibrating?
Yeah.
Okay, now where's the most dangerous bit? That's the blade, okay? So when it's vibrating, we can't touch that because it'll cut through our finger.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to help you with this. We're not doing it all by yourself.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to do it, but you're only 7, so we'll do it together. Something Kelly and I have mentioned before on this blog is that when people stay with us, we want them to feel welcome and comfortable. And it's a challenge, and it's particularly a challenge right now because this boat is still a building site, and it's going to be a building site for a long time to come. But yeah, when we go away for this 10-week period across to France and stuff, for a fair chunk of it, if not all of it, depends what he wants to do, Kelvin's going to come with us, which is amazing because we've got crew, someone else to help look after the kids, and he plays music with us, and yeah, it's our best friend, so that's wicked and really exciting. And we want him to feel comfortable, happy and safe. So I've stowed all his stuff underneath this bed, there's room for it. I'm going to clear out this locker on this side, so it's got all that as well. And then also I've just made that for him, a little bungee holster on the ceiling where he can keep his guitar. Eventually we have storage everywhere, but we want to go sailing now because we've been doing this for 2 years and we're fed up. So we're going to go sailing, and then like in the winter time, I'll just spend the whole winter making storage. Yeah, we're at it again. Kelvin's back. He's just been all the way to Warwickshire and back with Kelly for a gig, and he's got about 2 hours to another gig, and he said to me, let's get stuck in. He just wants to build. He wants to boat build, he loves it.
We want to build and fix.
We have got a job that we need to do. This is the inside of those anodes we were looking at yesterday. There's basically bolts going straight through the hull with a nut and then another nut on to hold the earth cable to it. But we take the whole thing apart, clean it up, fill it with some gunk, put it back together again. I find everything under the water to be scary pants. But I've got a drill and I've got some holes. Getting rid of the old bit of mastic, giving it a clear out. Cool. Everything's been rubbed back, prepped. Kelvin's just cleaning the bolts, and we'll mastic them back in, and hopefully that marine flex will do its job. I don't like underwater stuff.
This is a monumentous occasion. I've just got the kids to agree to put a load of their teddies in the locker while we're in France. They're never coming back. They can have them back in 10 weeks. They're going to be in the storage unit. Never coming back. It just gives us a little bit more space when we're trying to like store other stuff that we might need, like food and things.
Sunday night, the end of another very, very busy week for us. Kelly and Kelvin are gigging just around the corner in Emsworth. It's their last gig for now 11, 12 weeks now, which is unheard of for them. I mean, they've gigged like 200-300 gigs a year, every year, forever. So this is a big change for us. This is big moment now. It's quite emotional actually being here at Hayling, because a year and 10 months ago that we pulled out here, and we planned to spend a year here. Yeah. And we were 2. Everyone had told me it was going to take a long time, but it did. This has been a big project, and it's nowhere near finished as well. I'm looking forward to now slowing down a bit and having the next few months and years just to keep ticking away at jobs whilst we get on with living life and watching the kids grow up, you know, and adventuring, because like, oh, the world's a mess, right? This is why we're doing it. It's why Kelly and I are doing it. We want to be off grid, we want to be independent, and we want to just live our best life, because what else is there that you can do? Cool. Morning all. Here we are at Hayling Yacht Company. It's the last time. We're going to leave in a second. All those familiar places for me. The boat is basically done, basically ready to get back in the water, which is amazing. This place is beautiful, even at low tide. So Hayling Yacht Company doing their normal thing of being sort of cash with the time scales. Tide's coming in. I reckon we've got about 2 hours till we can float, and probably only 3 hours or so until we've missed the window. It's about 50 minutes to high water, and I was getting worried, but I wasn't. I've been here long enough. This is how Hayling operate, right? So the trolley's just moved from over there, and come pick us up in a minute. We had a bit of an adventure there. The bilge pump was suddenly chucking out loads and loads of water, so we were clearly taking on water. But I didn't realise the Seacock we put in for the generator last spring, which I've never actually used, that was open. We're at sea. It's all going well. You see things bouncing around behind me. It's proof we're at sea, but I've just done a little bit of extra building because I so nearly finished this morning. Hey Das, can you lie down and show everyone the bed? That's alright, it's not too bad and comfy enough for a little person. So today we've come from Hayling, we're on the River Hamble. We've come to see a company called Night Marine, who are going to hopefully help us in the next today and tomorrow finish off our electric install. I've been grumbling a lot with Kel because it's a slightly different price point to what I'd like to pay, but at the same time they are like leading Victron experts in the country. They looked at our gear and just went, yep, that's all standard for them. So there'll be none of this sort of working out on the job. They're literally just going to come in, connect it, and hopefully in 2 days we're sort of off-grid dream.
7:30 Thursday morning, and frantic excitement going on here. We are getting ready to leave this mooring, go back to our old one, but also simultaneously getting ready to go back to Warwickshire because it is Hugh's brother's wedding. Phil and Andrea, woohoo! We're very, very excited.
I'm hanging out the washing in the most excited way I can.
Yeah, Tilly's putting on her shoes very excitedly. Don't forget to
I won't.
I'm just going on past experience.
That was you last time, definitely you. Okay, it was me, fine. See you in a bit. I want to get there as quickly as we can because we're running a bit late. We've got a dentist appointment back in Warwickshire to get to. So Kelly's taking the girls in the car and they're driving around from the Hamble to the Itchen.
Is this aimed close enough?
Yeah, I think you've got it spot on. I would say about 1 inch to your left. Port. That's it.
Believe it or not, next week we plan to cross the English Channel with our 3 young children, and we haven't even put all the sails back on yet. Don't forget to subscribe and you will be notified as soon as our next video comes out. Wish us luck!